If you're struggling with insomnia, your doctor has probably told you that you need to get yourself a sleep study. I was told that when I had my own insomnia. Virtually all my clients have been told that as well, but I'm here to tell you that you probably don't. So I'm going to save you a ton of suffering and a ton of money as well, because these things aren't cheap. So on this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can start improving your sleep from tonight. And I'm going to share with you the instances where getting yourself a sleep study is going to be incredibly helpful for you. So the reason why you probably don't need a sleep study is because when people have insomnia, they think there must be something very wrong with their brain that a sleep study is going to show. Maybe I don't have enough serotonin. Maybe I don't have enough dopamine. GABA. I've got one of these watches which tells me I'm not getting enough deep sleep, I'm not getting enough REM sleep, and the results from the sleep study I can learn, and then I'm going to be showing exactly what I need to do to fix this. But you don't need a sleep study in order to do this. Everything that I have described with that strange pattern of sleep is because you've changed your behaviors around sleep in the vast majority of cases. So really, if you can think of insomnia as a poor pattern of sleep, it's really helpful to you, because if the brain can learn an unhelpful pattern of sleep, which is what insomnia is, as well as a few other things, it can also break it as well. So what do I mean when I say insomnia is a poor pattern of sleep? Well, I had a client who was a solo round-the-world boat tripper, and in order to keep the boat on course, stop himself from sinking, he would give himself 12 hours of sleep opportunity, but he would set an alarm every 20 minutes to wake himself up throughout the night. It just took 1 week. His brain learned that pattern of sleep, took it on, and he started waking up every single 20 minutes without even the alarm needing to sound. Incredibly helpful when he was on the boat. Not so helpful when he returned back to the UK and he still had that pattern of sleep ingrained into his brain. So why did that pattern of sleep still continue? It's because he was still spending that 12 hours in bed. So then his sleep is going to be light, it's going to be fragmented, he's still going to be waking up every single 20 minutes. Very simple solution. I talked to him, found out the amount of time he used to spend in bed, found out his old sleep opportunity that he used to give himself before this unusual pattern of sleep had been ingrained, and he just reverted back to that, and his sleep reverted back to normal. So if you can really think insomnia as this poor pattern of sleep that the brain has taken on, maybe it's waking up multiple times throughout the night, maybe it's taking ages to fall asleep, maybe it's waking up too early in the morning. The simple advice, and I know it sounds ridiculously simple, but just reverting back to the same amount of time that you used to spend in bed before you had insomnia will be incredibly helpful to you. If you can think of insomnia as a poor pattern of sleep your brain has taken on, if you can think of it as behavioural, and if you can think of it as anxiety, obsession, control, fear, worry-driven around sleep itself, this can also be fixed without needing a sleep study. So all my other videos on the channel will help you actually improve your sleep, so take a look at them. But another reason why a sleep study in the majority of cases isn't helpful for the majority of people, because have a little think about what happens when you go for a sleep study. Most people with insomnia are terrified of a new environment. They're terrified of hotels. When you go for a sleep study, you go somewhere and people literally glue electrodes to your skull. So there's machines going off. There's people with clipboards watching you. You've spent probably thousands of dollars to do it. So the pressure and the force and the effort to sleep is really, really high because you really want to get some good results from it. And of course, you're not going to sleep during that sleep study. Even good sleepers, even the best sleepers in the world, they're probably not going to sleep under these circumstances. And so this is why that's such a tricky thing, because even if you go to them, the chance of you sleeping is so little. So the data that you're going to get back from them is not going to be very good quality. So really, guys, just to get your sleep back on track, if you feel you need a sleep study, just for 3 weeks, reduce the amount of time that you spend in bed. If you're anxious, you're stressed, you're worried in bed, don't lie there fighting, forcing, pleading with it. Just watch some TV, put some Netflix on in the middle of the night and turn it off when you feel sleepy again. And just concentrate on getting stuck back into your days and doing the things you used to do when you're a good sleeper. For the vast majority of people, do this for a month. Even if it doesn't fix your insomnia entirely, you will see improvements and you will realize there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken and you can actually sleep. And there's nothing a sleep study is going to tell you, because there's actually probably nothing wrong with your brain at all. So those are the people that don't really need a sleep study. People with insomnia. Insomnia, same pattern, same symptoms, same behavior changes, same thought, same anxiety, all can be fixed through the same behavior and thought pattern changes. Again, all of that on my channel. So who might benefit from a sleep study? Certainly people who suspect they might suffer from sleep apnea. If you wake up gasping for air, if you snore frequently, if you need to go to the toilet in the middle of the night a lot, this can be a sign of sleep apnea. Not just people with a high BMI, not just people that smoke, anyone can suffer from sleep apnea. So if you suspect that you might have sleep apnea, this would be an instance. REM sleep behavior disorder, this is when you may act violently in the middle of the night, kick, punch things, maybe even your partner. Certainly a sleep study will be incredibly helpful to you then. Periodic limb movement disorder. So if it feels like you constantly have to be moving your legs during the night, this is called restless leg syndrome. There's a crossover between the two, periodic limb movement disorder and restless leg syndrome. So it feels like you constantly have to move and kick your legs. If it feels like chili sauce is being poured down your leg, I would get a sleep study if you feel you may suffer from this. Narcolepsy, if you're constantly falling asleep during the daytime, even if you sleep really well, certainly get a sleep study for this. And chronic sleepiness during the daytime, even if you sleep well, this can be a sign of disturbed sleep. It'll probably be a good idea to get a sleep study for this occasion. And a circadian rhythm disorder as well. So if you're a real chronic night owl where it feels like you cannot sleep until, say, 6 a.m. in the morning, for most people, they can change their body clock by simply waking up at the same time every single day, no matter what, and they feel that they start sleeping earlier. But if it feels like you can never go to bed before a certain time, it might be a sign of a circadian rhythm disorder. So I'm going to post all of these in the comment section of this video, just so you can get that real deep understanding of why it might be a good idea to get a sleep study. But hopefully in this video, I've convinced you that probably you don't need one. And if I haven't yet, put the behavioral changes that I've outlined in place, like this one here on this video. Do this sleep window, try it for 3 weeks, and you'll probably find that your sleep quality improves massively and you realize that actually you didn't need a sleep study after all. Right, really hope this video's been helpful. I'll see you on the next one.